Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ha.
Ha who?
Holiday Dinner Feast is the newest small batch flavor from Louisville Vegan Jerky Company. And you can find that
I
at
cannot.
lvjco.com. Go to
I
LVJ.
can't wait to try this.
I know. It really does look good. lvjco.com is the website where you want to go, and you want to use the code word Poundcast to get 20% off your entire order. And now is the perfect time to take advantage of these savings because it's the holiday season, and these are some perfect stocking stuffers. Okay. You want to go to lvjco.com, check out Holiday Dinner Feast. Their newest small batch flavor, Riff Raff's Orange Chicken, is sadly sold out. But Ghost Pepper and Garlic is still there. So is Pizzeria Supreme. These are exciting flavors.
A new flavor every month. And can I just say, the Holiday Dinner Feast is actually it's 3 flavors mixed. And those flavors are roasted turkey, cranberry relish, and honey baked ham, all into one.
That's right. And the cool thing is that, of course, this is plant-based. So these are just the flavors of a holiday dinner feast, but completely plant-based. And they have, their classic flavors, Buffalo Dill. And they got, General Tso's is now a forever flavor, which we all are thankful for this holiday season. So go to lvjco.com, use the code word Poundcast, and get 20% off your entire order because this stuff is bagged in the USA in Louisville, Kentucky. And it has a shelf life of 9 months. So even if you do get it for the holiday season, you can eat that, September? August, September? And it's still good. Wait, July? I don't know. You do the math. You understand what I'm saying. lvjco.com. Use the code word Poundcast. Get your 20% off. Or buy it at the dang store. Because all kinds of wonderful stores have Louisville vegan jerky there. Such as Sprouts and Whole Foods. Excuse me. All right. Well, what else is happening? Check this out. I wanted to give this a plug because I still got the decks. I still have plenty of decks in all the sizes. Go to dougpound.bigcartel.com and buy my skateboard deck.
Check out patreon.com/poundcast to get bonus content, bonus episode, not bonus episodes, extended episodes. And you get them 2 days early, usually. You get access to other fun little things, top 10 lists sometimes. I get top 10 Janet Jackson songs on there I put on there. I don't know if you want to check that out, but, check that out. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, and that's how this show, that's how the show is mainly sponsored, is by our Patreon.
Absolutely.
Geeks. That's you. Patreon.com/Poundcast. And that's where you come in and join the community and help us out this holiday season.
Check out youtube.com/thepoundcast to see video and clips. And there's also clips on Instagram.com/thepoundcast and TikTok.com/thepoundcast. Yeah. And that's about it. We did a one-on-one episode. This episode, just Doug and me chatting a bit, and then we talk about, we listened to some voice messages from people who called in from October and November. So kind of catching up on that. And come up with some good solutions to some problems, and I think you're going to like it. So let's get right into this episode, I think.
Let's dive right in. And we'll roll the clip.
Okay.
Doug and Brent talking to each other. Doug and Brent, what will they talk about to Doug and Brent are talking to some pimples. Doug and Brent will talk to their friends, and Doug and Brent talking on the Poundcast. And we are recording, official recording for the Poundcast has begun. We're coming into a holiday season. And boy, it's really fun. Not.
Really?
I don't know. It is a stressful time. Just so much stuff starts piling up, and then it's like, then it gets cold out. Why don't they have Christmas in the summer when it's at least warm out? That'll take off a lot of the pressure.
That's how it is in certain countries, you know.
Yeah,
That's
Australia,
how it is in, I think, Brazil and
Southern
um,
Hemisphere.
yeah.
Yeah, time to move down to Brazil or anywhere in the Southern Hemisphere.
But I don't know. I mean, look, not to rock your world or anything, but
Well, you like the white Christmas.
Christmas. Look, have I ever had a white Christmas? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever been anywhere with.
I'd rather
Oh,
have a
I
wet.
have. I did. I did. Once I was spent Christmas in Vienna.
Well, I'm dreaming of a wet Christmas, and I want to be down in Australia, Sydney, Bondi
I
Beach,
thought
mate. Okay.
I thought you were gonna say a wet Christmas, meaning there was gonna be just semen everywhere. It wasn't. It's not snow. It's semen. It's actually still a white Christmas. Actually, it's a wet. It's a wet white Christmas.
I don't know if something's covered in semen. I wouldn't say it's wet. I mean, I guess
I
it
guess
is
I just
wet.
thought of wet. I thought of wet
Wet
dreams. I
dream.
think.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what made me think of
I'm
semen.
dreaming of
But
a wet Christmas, man. I'm trying to go down to Argentina.
well, yeah, or maybe you go to Florida and there's some sort of tropical thunderstorm there. It's warm, but wet. So, okay, not to rock your world or anything, but part of Christmas is kind of about getting cozy, and you don't really get cozy in the warm weather as much, isn't that right? you know,
I'd be
fireside.
down. I would be down if like it wasn't such a thing. It wasn't such a you didn't have to do all the other crap. If all it was hanging out with the family or something, there's all these gifts and all this other crap. Which I don't, it's not like my family is demanding gifts or anything, but it's just sort of you gotta get gifts for everybody. Then you gotta like travel.
Well, yes. There's a lot of yeah. Well, yeah. Did you get your? Are you done with your gifts? Did you get those?
I didn't get any gifts.
Oh, okay.
I made a few sock monkeys that I'm probably gonna give out. I'll show you those later.
What
Maybe for the
monkeys?
sock monkeys.
What's that?
They are if you Google it, you'll see it's just kind of like a doll, but it's a homemade doll you can make out of socks. You kind of stitch socks together and you make these monkeys, and it's a classic it's a classic kind of thing.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, my friend had a sock monkey party yesterday. And
Party.
you've seen the classic sock monkey.
Seem sock puppets.
No, it's not a puppet. It's more of a doll.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, and I went into it thinking, this might be all right. But I had a fun. I had a fun. I ended up making four of them.
Huh.
Most people just made one monkey.
Oh,
I
at
only
the
made
party.
well, I made one monkey. The rest were other, I made a snake and I made a horse. I already gave the horse away.
So they're not even necessarily looking like monkeys. They're all kinds of animals.
Well, monkeys are typically the one to make, but I just threw the rule book out. They had instructions on how to make them. I didn't even look at them. I just started sewing stuff together, and it was pretty fun.
Oh, that sounds good. That was a holiday party.
I guess
You've
it
been
was kind of a holiday party in a way.
go to a lot of parties lately. You've been kind of doing meeting people, socializing.
Nah, I mean, yesterday was the only one. I've been on tour.
Oh, you have. Okay,
I've been on
right.
tour. I'm home for 2 days. Now I got to leave again tomorrow. I guess that's really part of adding all this the stresses of today.
Got
I
it.
got to crank out
So,
this podcast, and I got to. It's just other stuff I have to get done real quick, and then I got to go back out onto the airport tomorrow. And I'm not
pretty heavy.
complaining. It's a very interesting, exciting, adventurous lifestyle. But sometimes it's stressful and you got to do all this crap that you kind of don't feel like doing sometimes. Anyway,
Have you been staying well during this tour? You haven't caught any sicknesses or anything?
no sicknesses.
Good.
I haven't been wearing masks or anything, or
You haven't been wearing a condom or anything like that.
no condom. No, no.
Just no protection at all. Just full on. Just no cup. You know,
Yeah.
just full on. No underwear. In fact.
Why?
Yeah.
No need to wear underwear.
All right.
It was cold though. I was in Philadelphia and Boston and New York. Man, that was like cold and windy. And then you go to these venues and it's cold in there too.
Mm.
A lot of uncomfortable situations where there's like not a place to call my own. Sometimes the hotel room is far from the venue and you don't get to go there till after the show at like midnight. So I'm at the
It's a.
venue all day and then I get tired and I pass out on the sofa.
Do
Just
you feel
fully
like?
the lights are fully on and I'm so tired. I pull a Brent Weinbach, I just fall right to sleep.
Yeah. Welcome to my world.
I get the sleeps. The
I told you I
sleeps.
couldn't wait to show you my underground world, and now you know what my world is like. You just fall asleep
Yeah.
wherever. So that is kind of uncomfortable when you go to a venue and it doesn't feel, for me, it doesn't feel clean or kind of comfortable there at the venue. Even backstage, and you
Yeah.
just don't feel like you want to fall asleep there. It just feels it's just too dingy. I don't like dingy kind of atmospheres. Right?
Sometimes I'm so tired I don't care. I'll find a way to pass out
Yeah.
in the dinge. You lay down, you lay on your back and you kind of like lay face up. So at least your face and your mouth isn't touching any dingy, lice-ridden couches that the Stone
Well,
Temple
you're
Pilots were just, having sex on the previous night.
right. I mean, I think it's funny. You're kind of worried about your mouth getting lice on it, but it's more your hair that you have to worry about. And
Yeah,
maybe
I
you
know.
do want to put your mouth on it, those lice,
No, someone from the tour had a louse on their hand.
No way. That's horrible.
Not at the venue. They were like on a train on the way to the venue, and they were like, "What the hell? There's a lice on my hand. A
Oh my
louse."
God. Oh God. That
Hmm.
is horrible.
Luckily, that person got checked out. No lice. It's just a stray louse bouncing around off the train.
Horrible.
Hmm.
Horrible. Ugh. God, what a just disturbance. Ugh. You know, I was somewhere recently and I was in a tropical environment and where there's I was staying in a a kind of a hut type of thing. I think some people would like this. Some people would go. It's a resort. People I think would like this, but it's not for me. And there were insects in there, and near where the bed is, where the head is, there was sort of kind of a I don't know what you want to call it, but anyway, it's near where the head is. I saw these little bugs jumping around. I don't know what they were. Were they Laos?
Were you in Laos?
No, I wasn't in Laos, but
Well, why did you go on this? Why were you in a tropical place?
it
Was it
was
family related vacation or what was it?
no, it was business related.
Interesting.
Business related. I went down to Mexico to finalize a deal.
What the hell?
I was I was I went down there to secure
What are
an
you like?
acquisition.
Are you buying some like AK-47s from the cartel or something, or
Something like that.
you're selling them to the cartel?
My company was acquiring a chain of Mexican restaurants.
Okay. You had to go
And
sign the contract for that.
I just wanted it. I had to make sure the deal went through, finalize it,
Yeah, you had to be
make
in
sure.
person.
Yeah, you know how that is. They don't, these people are old school,
Yeah. There's no Zoom,
So
no,
yeah,
none of the
they don't
Zoom
want
bullshit.
that. They want face to face, ink. They want ink. They don't want
Brent, can I pause you 1 second? I'm gonna
they don't want any DocuSign, they want the
let me
real thing.
let me pause 1 second. Okay, we are back. Sorry about that.
So we were
Uh,
talking about this deal I was trying to do. There was a chain of Mexican restaurants that I was, acquiring, and I just wanted to do that deal in person. So I went down there, and I was down there in south of the border. So
everything
yeah,
work out okay? Any trouble?
yeah. The Taco Bells are now mine.
Oh, great. How many did you grab?
All of them. Got all the bells.
Well, congratulations. I didn't know that you're the Taco Bell owner now.
King. I'm
You're
the
the
Taco
king.
Bell king. I'm the Bell King.
You're the Bell King.
I'm the Bell King.
Um,
So
excellent.
so that's that. But man, I'm not a tropical. I don't like tropical. I like everything about a tropical environment except for the small stuff. In some ways, you could say because it's hot and humid, I sweat the small stuff.
Hmm.
There's little
I
things,
like I like tropical.
but do you like the small stuff? And what I mean by small stuff is the little crawling small stuff.
Um, I'm willing to put up with it. If I went tropical, I'm probably not gonna live in a hut. Probably live in more of a sealed, um, dwelling that doesn't it keeps the bugs out. Typically,
Well, okay,
there's a
but say
trade-off.
the book.
Of course, there's a trade-off. You're gonna get some bugs here and there, but they're not there to they're not there to be a parasite and use your body to feed.
I don't know about that.
I know about that.
There's mosquitoes. There's gecko. How do you feel about a gecko running around in your bathroom? Do you like that?
That's cute because they live on the wall. They're up, they're on the wall, they're on the ceiling. That's cool, and they're eating
You're
bugs too.
you like that? You want the gecko in your bathroom?
I don't mind a gecko. I'll take a gecko any day over a roach. Kidding me? Or a mosquito.
Okay. Well, yeah, roaches too. Little small bugs you don't even know what they are jumping around near where your head is. Could be lice.
I don't need that. I'll skip that.
Well, you're gonna have to skip out on tropical. I saw a huge lizard. It was one of those kind of big ones, It was crazy. It was during the daytime. I saw this. It wasn't in the room. It was outside the room, but there was. It was one of those dragons.
Oh wow, like a monitor lizard.
I don't know what the name is, but they're those big ones. Those huge ones.
Uh-huh.
Dragon. Those kind of they look like I think they're some kind of dragon of sorts.
Komodo dragon
I don't know. I don't know.
or a bearded dragon. You don't know. One of those
I
two.
don't know. I
Okay.
don't know. But
Well,
it was just one of those big lizards, those huge ones.
I like that. I'm into
The
that.
size of a dog.
That's cool. That's cool.
And it was cool actually. That was cool. I mean, I just thought, whoa, that is man. I would never see that creature out in the wild. I mean, it's a jungle. I was staying in a jungle environment. There was
Okay. Yeah, you're looking at the Mexican bearded lizard. That's probably what you saw. Yeah.
maybe, I don't know. Yeah. You want to
Yeah.
share it? Let's see, take a look. And then there was other things. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I will say that the humidity isn't great. I mean, I wouldn't mind it so much, but it is so sticky. And I felt like I had to be covered up because I didn't want to get stings, or mosquito sucks.
I'll share this real quick. You can take a
So
look
if
at
I
it.
went outside, I had to keep something my arms covered. No, it was bigger than that. It was
Well, you can't tell how big that is, but
no. What I mean is, it didn't look like that though.
this is the Mexican bearded lizard.
It wasn't that. It was something else. It was a little more rocky looking. It had a rocky. Its body and face looked more
One of these
rock
guys.
like. It was no, it was different than that. It was thick, bigger actually. I think. Well, not necessarily bigger, just more rock. The face almost looked like it was made of stone or something like that.
That's cool. Maybe like that.
No, it was different than that. It almost looked more dragon-like. That looks more lizard-like. It looked more dragon-like in a way. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Oh, so you saw an iguana, perhaps?
Oh, maybe was it an iguana?
Saw an iguana.
What's that look like?
Um,
There was a gecko in the bathroom, by the
Probably an
way.
iguana. One of these guys.
Yeah. It was, yeah, it looked more like that. It was more of an
Yeah,
iguana. Yeah.
that's an iguana.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it would seem big though, bigger than that. But yeah, geckos in the room. There was geckos running all over the place. If you're walking around the pathways, there's just little geckos running by and stuff. I don't
Uh,
mind that. I just mind it in the room. That kind of scares me a little bit.
Well, do we have any voicemails? Let's
Oh,
get to
sure.
these voicemails. I'm just so
Sure.
excited to hear them.
Sure. Should we start with a text message or one of the voicemails? Because there's one text message. We can
It
knock
doesn't
that one
matter. It
out.
doesn't matter at all.
Let's just knock this out so we're done with it. This is this is kind of old. It's from before Halloween, but um okay. Minor annoyance. This is coming out from the 716 area code. Minor annoyance. When dudes see the urinal as an opportunity to spit or hock a loogie, sickos.
Well, I guess they could be it could be worse. They could be hucking these loogies on the street, on the sidewalk. Might as well do it in the urinal, as far as I'm concerned. Where are they supposed to do it?
True.
Is this caller trying to say don't do it at all?
Yeah, or maybe he's trying to say do it in the privacy of your own home or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know what? Here's a solution, and this is something I do. Just swallow it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the big deal? Why can't you just swallow it?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's kind of gross, I guess.
It is gross when you're out on the street. I think I was in New York the other day and just people just spit on the street. They're just like, you're like, ugh.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah,
But
New
I'm
York
saying,
is I love that show How To with John Wilson. Have you seen that?
no, I got to watch that. I heard it's
It's
good.
so good. But we were walking around and I'm like, I get it now. I like it's at first I'm like, get me out of here. This is too much. But then after a while, you're like, this is just like an interesting place to just everything around you is entertaining. There's something weird everywhere you look.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting people to watch, interesting trash to look at. But I don't know what my point is.
Well, next time, look, I think you should just swallow it. That's the solution. But if you see somebody doing it next time, you don't like them doing that, you just say to them, "Oh, is that your pee pee coming from your mouth?
Yeah.
Do you go pee pee from your mouth? My pee pee comes from my penis. Do
Yeah,
you want to see?"
follow them around.
Well, pull their
Saying,
pants down and follow them around and say, "My pee pee comes from my penis. Want to see?
want to see?
Want to see my pee pee?"
How did you pee pee from your mouth? Can you show me how to pee pee from your mouth? Mister. Hey, mister. How did you
Yeah.
pee pee out of your mouth, mister?
Yeah, you gotta act like that. Hey, mister, do you go pee pee from your mouth? Can you teach me? Because I only go pee pee from my penis.
Or was that the white pee pee that makes baby?
Or are you dreaming of a white Christmas? A white Christmas? Because I got white pee pee that comes from my penis. But have you
You
ever
make
had
white pee
white?
pee from your mouth.
But if you ever had white pee pee from your mouth, how do you do that? What do you? How do you? What do you suck to do that? Or something like that. All right. You just got to go, little kid pervert on him or something like that.
Yeah, like,
Oblivious pervert.
mister, hey, mister, what did you suck to get that white pee pee in your mouth? What did you suck?
Hey, what or
And
who did you,
why didn't you swallow it?
mister? Are you dreaming of a wet white Christmas? Are you wet dreaming of a white Christmas?
I'm wet dreaming of a white Christmas.
Wet dreaming of a white
Jizmas.
Jizmas. Jizmas. He's in Mexico. Jizmas.
Oh
I had
man,
some food.
I made a meme
Uh-huh.
that was and I'll show it on the unzip section, but it's too edgy. It's extremely like what's it called? Edgy humor.
Irreverent.
Not irreverent. It's edgelord kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it's really not. It's more, whenever I do a joke like this, it's just mainly just wordplay. But
Uh-huh.
we'll discuss it.
Well,
That's it.
I had some foods in Mexico that were things I'd never had before.
Oh yeah.
There was foods in Mexico that it was Mexican food that I'd never, this is all new to me.
What is it? Open face tacos?
Something like that. I had this weird, I wonder if I should pull it up. Oh, maybe in the after show. I'll not the after show, but I'll in the unzipped and I'll show you some of the foods that I had because there's pictures on the internet.
Well, name one.
Well, okay, one of them I forgot what it was called, but it was kind of like it was meat inside of a wrap that was made out of cheese. The wrap was made of cheese.
Hmm. Sounds healthy. Well, let's listen to another.
Okay.
Let's listen to another. Let's listen to the first voicemail.
Okay. This one is from. I should have gone in a different order, but this is from a foreign country. This is in. What code is 86? Whatever the country code is 86. That's what this is from here.
全球领事保护热线，获取详细内容。
China.
Must be.
It is.
Well, there you go. I guess
that's some
let's solve
BS.
it.
That's some kind of wrong number or like
Let's solve it.
let's
Let's
solve
solve
it.
it anyway. Let's solve it anyway. Let's listen to it one more time just to make sure.
全球领事保护热线，获取详细内容。
Okay, well, it seems like they're having trouble going to sleep. They've got the lullaby music on and they're still awake, so they're obviously trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So I think that she probably needs to maybe eat a little something. It might make you kind of tired, maybe a little bit of a snack. I'm thinking some cashew yogurt with some apple chips, unsweetened, of course, no sugar added. Yummy.
I think she needs to watch the Twin Flames documentary on Netflix because I was watching that last night. I could not keep my eyes. It's an interesting documentary, but boy, I just like my eyelids just turned into cinder blocks, slamming my eyes shut. And then
Really?
I wake up and I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to go to sleep because I passed out watching this show. And then I go to bed and I can't sleep. Don't you hate that when
So
you're like you're watching something you want to watch that puts you to sleep? Then you're like, I guess I go to bed then. And then you go to bed. It's like, well, now I'm awake.
Well, yeah, the
What do I gotta
solution to
do?
that is do not give into late night naps. If you feel yourself getting drowsy, you stand up for yourself.
This was not a
Okay.
late night nap. This was like, I mean, it was just around the bedtime time. It wasn't like
Okay. What?
I wasn't trying to take a nap. I was just watching
No,
a show and I passed
exactly.
out.
I know you weren't trying to take a nap, but I mean, you ended up taking one on accident. What I'm saying is if you feel yourself getting drowsy and it's in the evening, you got to just stand up, get out of your chair, and just don't go to sleep. Get ready for sleep and just get ready for sleep and go to bed.
Get up, stand up for your right.
Yeah, get up, stand up for your right to sleep. So,
well, let's get to a real.
That's the solution. Okay.
Let's get to a real call.
Okay, let's do this one.
None of these wrong numbers from China.
This is from October. So hold on a second, actually. Okay, so this is from the 805, which is, I think, isn't that Santa Barbara? Anyway, here we go.
Hey, what's up, Doug? What's up, Brent? This is Max in Portland, Pound Pimple. I got this problem I need help with. I paint houses and I've had a couple of bad clients, and I have a bad client right now, and they're bad in a way where like they think they know more than me about painting, but they hired me to do a job. And I'll be like doing something and they'll like either be watching or they'll walk up and be like, oh, like, why are you using this product and not this product? Or aren't you supposed to wait this long between coats? And, like I'm really good at painting houses. I didn't go to school to be a lawyer, you know what I mean? And I'm not that great with confrontation. So I'm wondering if you guys got some tactics with dealing with difficult people in a professional manner while also standing up for myself. I want to be like, hey, man, why don't you just do it yourself? I don't know. Call me back. Look good.
Call him back.
Should we?
I don't know.
I don't know if we're set up for that, but
we're not set up for that. Well, that's annoying. I would just say, I mean, what's the funny response?
You could just say
the
this.
real response
Here.
would be like, oh, just respond. Just be like, oh, I know. Yeah, that's, people think you got to wait that long for a coat, but I've been doing this a long time, honey. Okay.
Listen, sweet cakes.
Listen, sweetheart. I've been doing this a long time.
Listen, baby, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Just tell me you're beautiful.
Baby, you're beautiful.
You're beautiful, baby. How about this? This is what you do. Okay, I'm painting the place, and you're gonna come up to me and say, "Oh, make something up," and then I'll respond. Watch.
Oh, aren't you supposed to paint the trim first before you paint that?
You're adorable. Something like that.
Let me try one.
Okay. Hey, sorry, aren't you supposed to put the primer on first, or?
Wow. You are fascinating. You're a beautiful woman. Even if it's a guy.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Okay, hit me up. Watch.
Hey, aren't you gonna tape off that section first before you paint it?
Beautiful, baby. I don't know. I was thinking you could laugh.
Let me try one.
Sorry, are you sure you want to use that kind of stroke? Don't you want to kind of go side to side?
When you're stroking your dick, do you go side to side? No? Okay. Well, I'll keep painting the way I know. And if you got a problem with that, go back to Seattle. Okay. I don't know. This is Portland. All right. This is Portland, baby.
You're beautiful.
Baby. He could just be like, look, look, this is my 500th house I've painted. So if when I'm done, you don't like it, tell you what, I'll give you your money back, but I'll burn
Don't
your house
say
down. I'll take the paint off and I'll give you your money back. How about that? Huh? Tell you what.
You could just say this. You could just say, that is one way to do it. That I do it like this.
Right. Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
just
Are you gonna be like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's such a that's a fallacy. That's a painting fallacy. That's an old wives' tale. You don't have to prime it if you use this. See, I got the good paint. You don't got to prime it. I got the good stuff. He could just say this. I got the good stuff.
I know it's like this. Yeah, you bother him, right? And he goes,
Hey, hi, you gonna tape that off or what?
oh yeah, I got the good stuff. I don't know. You kind of just have to just be cool
That's one way to do it.
and just kind of compliment them or something. That's like,
Yeah, compliment them.
I
Wow,
like your
that's a
dress, and they're not
wow,
even
that
wearing
is such a smart. You know what? That's how I used to do it because that is a really smart way of painting. But I found out this secret that I'm gonna only tell you. You don't have to prime it, especially when walls this beautiful. You think I'm gonna prime walls this beautiful? I don't think so. You compliment their house, beautiful house like this. I'm not risking painting the trim first. No, no, no.
A
I'll be
beautiful
painting
house
the
like
trim
this with a beautiful woman like you. I ain't tripping.
first. I ain't tripping.
That's it. Oh, you gotta use a primer. Oh yeah, well, a beautiful house like this, a beautiful woman to live in it. I ain't tripping. Just go back to your business.
I want to make sure that you enjoy this house for the rest of your life. And every time you come into this room, you think, wow, my house is amazing. So I'm going to do it like this. This is actually the best way to do it that I've learned. And all my years of doing it wrong. One day I did it wrong. Or if they're a conspiracy looking kind of couple, you could be like, yeah, check this out. Yeah, big paint wants you to do it this way. But I'm going to do with no
big paint.
Big paint. Guess
Big
what?
paint.
Primer. That's just a way for them to steal your money. Big
It's just
paint.
the government.
Yeah, the government wants you to think
Government made it up.
Because you know what? Primer it's got gases in it that'll make you obey government orders. Makes you put a mask on. Not me.
You go like this. Listen, if you want to get Trump back in office, we do it my way.
Exactly. Yeah, feel out the couples, kind of like see what they're into, look at their artwork.
No. Don't even, it's like, regardless of what their leaning is, you just go, listen, you want to get Trump back in office, you do it my way.
Yeah.
No primer.
Look, if we're going to get Trump back in office, we're going to have to do it this way.
How about that? Yeah. Look, if we're going to want to get Trump back in office, we got to stick together, Ryan. We got to be on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we paint it my way, or what? You want another 4 years of Kamala Harris? Because Biden's going to croak.
Well, you want 4 more years of the Biden crime family? Okay, sure, I'll prime it. I like complimenting them, though. These walls are so beautiful. I didn't need to prime them. I've never seen such walls. And I think by not doing that, I'm saving you money, too. And it's going to look more beautiful than you ever imagined.
Yeah. Yeah, these walls are beautiful, man. Like you. Nice tits, toots.
Like you.
I want to start a family with you. All right? When I'm done painting, man, we're going to get in the covers.
I'm thinking we're going to paint this room blue or pink for our baby.
Listen, baby, I'm using no condom, no protection. I got no panties on right now. We're gonna do the nasty. All right. I'm dreaming of a wet and wild Christmas
With you and me and our little ones in this house, okay?
with you, me, and the geckos.
You want to live the gecko-free lifestyle like me and Brent? We got to paint these walls, and the extra. We're gonna have to use the gloss finish.
Like me and
Geckos can't grab onto the gloss finish. All right.
like me and Brent. You want to live the gecko-free lifestyle like me and Brent?
Or we can go like this.
Start referencing us.
Oh, you think I should? Priming, huh? Interesting. I never thought about that. But you know what? You're smart. That's a smart way to think about things. I'm gonna try like this. I forgot. I just had a response, but I kind of forgot about it. I never
Was
thought
it about
about
me?
that. Priming. Priming. Never thought about that. What's that? What's Prime?
What's that? What's Prime?
Prime?
Amazon? Some kind of Amazon thing?
Yeah, what is this? What do you mean Prime? Is that that robot guy that turns into the frickin' truck? Optimus Prime? What is this? What are you talking about?
What is that?
Not some
Transformers?
What do you think? I'm a transformer? Nah, I'm doing paint. That's some robot shit. All right.
He's like, what do you think? I'm a transformer? Nah, man, I'm not. Look, if you want Trump in office, no more of this transformer stuff, you know?
Look, if you want to get Trump out of office, it's this primer he's trying to paint every wall with.
What do you think? I'm a transformer?
What do you want to make America great again? We're not using primer. Okay. I'm gonna give it 2 coats, and I'm gonna wait. I don't need to wait 24 hours in between coats because I've done this before, and that's what
Prima?
Biden wants you to wait 24 hours. I don't do that.
Prima? What do you mean? What do you mean, Louis?
Louis Prima?
Louis Prima? You talking about nobody?
Well, let's listen to another one.
Okay. Okay, so this one is from October as well. And this is from a 563 area code, although area codes don't seem to. Oh, no, it looks like they're calling from Iowa. Iowa City. Okay.
Let's
Here it
fucking
is.
go.
Logan. This is Logan, I think, from Iowa.
Yo, what's up, Doug? What's up, Brent? Logan calling in from Iowa City, Iowa. And I just want to say real quick, I do have an annoyance here, but I just want to say real quick, Brent, I just listened to Brendan Walsh's San Francisco Afternoon Delight, and thought you were hysterical on it. I need more of you and Brendan. That shit was very good. I'm kind of a crossover fan between World Record and Poundcast. But anyway, enough of that. My annoyance here is, you know, when you're like pulling into a grocery store parking lot and somebody's like, you know, trying to cross the street parking lot and they don't take the direct path, like just straight across. They kind of angle their approach, and then it takes them forever to walk across the street. Like, why are you doing that to me? You know, just take the direct path and then make an L, you know? But no, they mosey on, and then I'm in there in my car, I'm waiting. I feel like Melfi's therapist from Sopranos, you know, when Tony's walking in front of him. I'm like, you know. But anyway, love both of you guys. Please come back to the Midwest sometime soon. Doug, I'm sorry I didn't see your show in St. Paul. I wanted to, but I was kind of broke at the time. So anyway, love you guys. Thanks. Bye.
I know what he means. I know what he means.
I see those walkers all the time.
They go diagonal or something, you know? And I'm thinking, you're making this take longer for you to cross the street.
And you're taking up traffic.
And you're holding up traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Just go across. Why don't you?
I know what you do.
Blast them.
You blast them. No, what you do is you get to a spot, you park, and you run over real quick, and when they're you beat them to get to their car before they pull out, and you just run it back, and you just do it to them, but you do it even worse. You just take this big like crisscross. You just walk in a big crisscross kind of pattern over and over and over. Stare them down. And then they'll understand, oh, I did that to him. Now I'll never do this again. You teach them.
How about this? Get
them to teach them their own medicine, basically.
How about use the tactic from the last one, which is if they're taking a long time to cross the street, basically, you kind of put your head out the window and go, "You're beautiful, baby."
Yeah, that's good, baby. Walk nice.
Let me see that.
Slow.
Let me see you shake that ass.
Shake that ass, baby.
Shake that ass, baby. Doesn't matter if they're whatever, man or woman.
It's better if it's like a middle-aged man or something, like.
Exactly. Let me see that ass.
Hey, Toots, thanks for walking nice and slow. Let me see that
look
ass.
At that. Let me see those them titties right there. Let me see those titties. Hell yeah. Keep walking, baby. Let me see that. They're gonna want to get out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna go.
Yeah, they're gonna want to get out of there.
They're not gonna be strolling along. You gotta sexually harass them. That they don't want to be a part of that. They're out of there.
Hey, what'd you get at the grocery store? Lettuce? Why don't you let us touch those titties?
That's funny. Would you get lettuce? Why don't you let us touch those titties? That's funny. That's really funny. You do some puns and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
Give me another one.
What'd you get? Some ice cream? Because I scream when I see those cheeks walking past my car. I scream, ah!
What'd you get? Tomatoes? Because when I look at you, man, I get my penis out. Tomato.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. I don't know. Let me open up your cheeks. Let me get in there with my hard cock. Something with grapes. I don't know. What'd you get? Some cereal?
What'd you get? Some grapes? Because we should be raising kids together.
You got some grapes?
Understand?
Ever hear of grape nuts? Well, let me put my nuts in your mouth and we make some babies together, start a family.
You understand? Hey, did you get some cereal? Because I'm a serial killer. And the slower you walk, the more I murder. The more
I'm a serial rapist, and you're looking real ripe for me right now. I don't know. Maybe that's too edgy. I don't know. You get some cereal? Hey, you get some cereal? What a coincidence. I'm a serial rapist. You better get out of here quick before I rape you.
You better get out of here quick.
You better get out of here, man. I'm horny.
Say, thanks for walking nice and slow. I like everything I see.
Yeah, thanks for showing it off. Thanks for strutting your stuff, man. You're giving me lots of time to work up an appetite. Ooh, and I'm hungry now.
Now you go up to their car when they finally get to their car and you say, excuse me, thanks for walking nice and slow back there. Makes me want to have a wet, white Christmas, doesn't it? Huh?
Christmas.
You want to help me out with that Christmas? With that wet, white Christmas? Huh?
Hey, I've got some pre-cum already. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Come on. Get ready. Pull down your pants.
All right. Come on.
I'm trying to have a baby over here. Let's go.
I'm trying to have a baby. Let's go. Pull the pants up.
I don't have all day. Let's go. I want to impregnate you. Come on. And I'm hoping it's a guy, I'm hoping it's a guy.
Let's do one more voicemail, at least.
Okay. We actually have two. We have two more left, so I don't know if
Well,
we
we
should
can
save
do them all
them.
for the main show, and then for the bonus show, forgot what we were gonna do, but I
You're
had
gonna show
this.
me some edgelord thing, you know?
Oh, I got that. I got the sock monkeys too.
Oh,
Check it out.
sock monkeys. You got some meat, the meme, and you know what? Maybe I'll show you some foods I ate there. You know,
Okay.
in Mexico.
I want to see this cheese
Here's this one's from
burrito.
the 773. Is that Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, hey, I just got in this Poundcast here. I'm looking on this. Hey, what was this? DJ Doug Pound? Hey, it's more like DJ Doug Kilogram because it takes 2.2 of you to complete a sentence here. Hey, and you know what? Brent Weinbach, he looks like a sketch artist depiction of a wanted man. If I looked at him, I'd be like, oh, that's the guy. I bet he gets that a lot. I see him walking around. I don't know what to think here, guys, huh? Poundcast, get it together.
Okay, well, look, I agree.
It sound like Alan Alda.
I agree. I think I do look like a sketch, a sketch of a wanted man. You know, I got that kind of wanted, sort of sketched look. You know, I always have. You know, that's why people are afraid of me. That's why those college kids. That's why those college frat boys were afraid of me in Spain. You know, I look like a sketch wanted face.
I mean, he's kind of right. It's like, you got the eyebrows, when people see that, they draw the brows and then they draw the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll draw kind of like a nose and kind of a head, like, you got a head. I can see that. Yeah, they kind of draw your sketch.
Well, there's also I think my natural look is kind of it does look kind of wanted,
Uh-huh.
I've got that natural
wanted look.
I got that deadpan wanted look, Yeah, I see it. Look, I don't disagree. I got the baggy eyelid. That's what it is too. I got the bags under my eyes. That adds to it. That adds to the wanted look.
Mm-hmm.
I've got that baggy wanted look. Deadpan. I got the deadpan bag.
All right, well, let's listen to the last one.
Okay.
We didn't get a lot of juice out of that guy that was roasting us.
But I kind of get it though. I do agree with it.
It was a funny observation.
It's a true observation. I believe you.
I get it.
410 is this one. I don't know where that's.
Was that Bay Area?
Arizona? No, it's not Bay Area. That's 510. But 410 could be Arizona, maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
hey, what's up, Pounders?
Yeah.
Baltimore,
man. That always comes up.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Pounders? I have a question for you guys. Have you ever gotten dressed for the day and then realized later that day that you had unintentionally dressed like a person or character from popular culture? As an example, one day in high school I wore a green t-shirt, like dark khaki bootcut trousers, and I hadn't shaved in a few days, so I had some like scraggly hairs on my chin, and when I got home, I caught myself in the mirror and I realized that I looked like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, and I was embarrassed after the fact, even though, I don't know, Shaggy's kind of cool. But, or, maybe you accidentally wore like a uniform, like if you wore a blue polo shirt to Best Buy and people think you work there. Yeah, has anything like that ever happened to you or someone you know? Thanks.
I think this is Jason, I think it's Jason from Baltimore.
That happened to me like a few weeks ago, actually.
Really?
I have a blue and yellow hoodie that's a zip-up kind of jacket.
I've seen it.
And it's the exact colors of IKEA, like spot on. It's like royal blue and yellow. And I went to IKEA and I'm thinking, oh man, like I look like an employee here. And I should have just stayed the course, but
plus you had that Norwegian look already from the way your face looks and everything.
Well, what I did was I left it in the car even though I thought it was kind of chilly. I just raw dogged it in there and everything was fine. But I shouldn't have cared what I felt kind of dumb because it's like, who cares? But I just don't want any, sometimes I just don't want any attention. I just want to do what I'm trying to do without, what if people are like, and I'm glad I did because that place is the most confusing place. It is truly like a maze. I kept asking for like where the mattress section is. I was trying to look for a new mattress. They kept telling me, go this way, take a left, follow, go to the end of that section, and it'll be around the corner. When was the last time you've been to IKEA? It's really bizarre in there.
I went, I don't know, a year ago or something like that.
Really bizarre.
It is it's huge. And
it's
yeah,
huge.
it is hard to figure out where
and
you
it's
are.
like you got to walk through every zone to get to the next zone. I mean, maybe there's some shortcuts here and there, but it's like, it's not like intuitive. It's not like a department store where you're like, oh, here's the section for that. It's just, you just walking around and seeing stuff everywhere. It's I don't know if I like it, but maybe that's how they have to do it.
I would have liked to have seen you, especially because you got the Norwegian look. I would have liked to have seen you, you know.
Well, it's a Swedish company and it's a Swedish look, but it's basically the same thing. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I mean, Sweden is Oh, sorry, not Norwegian. I meant Scandinavian. That's what I meant. Yeah. You have the Scandinavian look, is what I meant. But yes, I would have liked to have seen that. I would have liked to have seen how you handled that. Because I think that if you did wear that outfit and people did try to come up to you to ask for help, you could have said something. You know, you could have just gave them wrong information, which would have been kind of funny. And you could have said they had nice tits or something like that too. Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
I do have I have some relatives from Sweden. One of them is going to come and like stay with my parents, I think, or with my sister. And those relatives on my Swedish side are like, you know, I'm short. I'm like 5'6". They're tall, extra tall. I'm talking, the dad is like 7 feet tall.
No kidding.
I asked, I'm like, my mom was like, you know, he's like 7 feet tall. They're really tall. And I'm like, 7 feet. You're not like being exaggerating. She's like, nah, he's like 7 feet tall. I'm like,
jeez.
What the hell? Meanwhile, my grandpa, my height, I can fit in his, I have his suit. My mom gave me his suit. I got the short end of the stick with this, with these jeans.
Well, they're not jeans; they're pants.
The grandpa on the other grandpa.
The German side. The German side.
They're both like Swedish on both sides.
Oh, I thought Loosen Hop. I thought you were German partially.
That is okay. Well, that's my grandma is Swedish, and then my grandpa on the other side is also Swedish. But whatever.
Okay, I don't know.
That is a German last name, though. I think.
I have never accidentally dressed like something, but I've purposely tried to dress like certain things. I purposely tried to dress like Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver in high school.
Oh, yeah?
I was in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought he looked cool. I thought some of his outfits looked cool in that movie, and I said, I'm kind of try to dress like that. I also I sometimes wear khaki pants and a red polo shirt, looking like a Target employee, and I do that on purpose.
Well, I used to have a joke that I used to tell. I would say, I forgot how it works, but it's like, if you ever want to make a friend or talk to strangers, wear a, it was like, just like a one-liner, like, wearing an orange vest to Home Depot is a great way to make friends or something like that.
Right.
Orange vest to Home Depot. That's not like, because people have red polo shirts. It's not like that's out of the question, but an orange vest, that would be like, what the hell?
I also, sometimes I'll wear a blue polo shirt with khaki pants, and
go to Best
Buy? No, it doesn't look because it's not a different. It's a darker blue, but it looks like a middle school student, who has to wear, where there's a dress code, and that's kind of an interesting thing, kind of. I don't know, makes people maybe kind of question me and think, wait, is that guy actually 12 or what's up? I mean, his hair's gray, but his clothes say 12, but his hair says, whatever, 55.
When I was in 5th grade, I wore a tie every day to school. And it was a public school. There was no, I could have wore whatever,
I know. I think that I've heard this before. That's cool. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
You were influenced by
at the
Michael
time,
Keaton.
At the time, I didn't think it was, I wasn't trying to be cool. I don't know why. I just did it.
Wait, Michael Keaton, not Michael Keaton. Alex P. Keaton.
Alex
is
P.
what
Keaton?
I meant Michael J.
Family
Fox
Ties.
and I meant Alex Keaton. Yeah. You're influenced by Alex Keaton.
And you know what? One time we were playing like charades in class. And the clue was Family Ties. I think it was actually Family Ties, the TV show that I had to do. And I couldn't do it right. I couldn't figure out how to like do a family. And then my teacher was like, you could have just pointed at your tie for ties.
She doesn't know the rules.
I was like, wow. Well, maybe 5th grade they would have like let that slide.
Maybe, but that would not be I don't think in charades you should be allowed to point to stuff, You have to just sort of, you know what I mean? You can't do that. Hey, that's just how I play.
True.
You want to hear something totally just ridiculous? I don't know what my mom was thinking.
Let's hear it and then we'll go unzipped.
Yeah, I don't know what my mom was thinking, but we were playing charades. I think it was a Christmas get together, It was my friend, my mom, my sister's best friend, one of her best friends' family. And anyway, we were there. We were playing charades, and it was so crazy. I don't know what she was thinking here, but it was the movie she was trying to do. Well, okay, this is what she was trying to do. She just started pointing at me, okay? Pointing at me. And that's all she was doing. And it was a movie. So you're pointing at me, and it's a movie. What do you think that movie could be? Taxi Driver?
How about like The Bad Son? Wait, isn't that
The Bad Son?
Is that a movie?
It's called The Good Son, but
The Good Son. Yeah, The Bad Son.
Well, okay, what else? Anything else?
I got one. The Jerk.
Okay, what else?
Let me think here. Pointing at Brent. Psycho.
There you go. Actually, honestly, that I do kind of have a Anthony Perkins kind of thing going.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, dude. Yeah, he's making that look.
Psycho would work. I could work for that. Yeah.
He does the face that you've done in Poundhouse.
Oh yeah, does he? Yeah.
Let me pull it up. I got to show you this real quick. Let me just share my screen. Oh,
wait till you find out what movie she was trying to get us to say.
Can you unshare your sound real quick?
Yeah. Are you ready for that?
Let me just share you this Anthony Perkins real quick.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. No, man, I get I get Psycho. That works. Was that? You want me to do it?
I just didn't realize that was like a main image from the movie. Was that tilted down that you've done,
I'm doing it right now.
No, you did it like this. Yours was different.
He's smiling though.
Yeah, I know. I'm pointing out the differences. Pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. So the movie was none other than the movie Her.
Why?
She was trying to get us to think him, and then it's the opposite. I don't get it. I don't even get it. I just don't get what she was thinking
but
there.
Not him.
But no, she was saying him, and then the opposite of that. Her.
That could
It
have
just
worked.
didn't even make sense.
If they said
it just
him, then she could have been like, doing one of these, like
right,
moving the hands around, like let's go, like yeah.
Right. It just did. But honestly, why not point to one of the girls there? Why did she point? I just didn't get that.
Yeah,
That was
right.
just, why not point to a girl?
If there was girls there, that would really
There absolutely was girls
make
there.
no sense at all.
Anyway.
Well, that's wild stuff. Thanks for listening, everybody. We're going to keep talking. And if you want to keep listening, you got to go to patreon.com/poundcast. And that's about it.
Thank you to Jack Birch.
Thank you, Jack.
Happy holidays to you, Jack.
Happy holidays, Jack. Jack's been cutting the final episode. And I'm going to be sitting with him on an edit session coming up, maybe next week. We'll see. And that's about it. Thanks, everybody, and happy holidays. Are we off after this week for the holidays?
We can do that. Let's see.
Maybe.
What do we have? We've got the episode coming out this week. And then I guess we could try to have an episode come out next week and then be off after that.
We'll look into it. Well, we'll see what we can do. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Doug and Brent talking to each other. Doug and Brent, what will they talk about today? Doug and Brent are talking to some pimples. Doug and Brent will talk to their friends, and Doug and Brent talking on the Poundcast.